Welcome to the Clone Zone. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Ghired, Mirror of the Wilds. He has haste and allows you to tap him and all your other non-token creatures to copy your tokens, as long as those tokens enter the battlefield this turn. That means not only will you be copying tokens like 1/1 tokens and treasure tokens, but you'll also be copying clones. That's right, we'll be making copies of our creatures using Jolly Balloon Man, Jelena, Jaxus, Nexus Becoming, and more in order to then copy those copies, make permanent copies, and use those to deal a lot of damage to our opponents. In this deck, we also have access to cards that we can go infinite with. If you make a token copy of, say, Zealous Conscripts or Restoration Angel, you can continuously untap or blink the thing you were using to copy that card, well, that token copy of that card, and make infinite numbers of them, which is a good way to end the game if you either have haste or give it haste. This deck is also making use of a bunch of these other duplication abilities, Dedicated Dollmaker, Molten Duplication, and some other treasure and tap synergies. Because Ghired allows you to tap your creatures kind of on demand as long as you have something to copy, you can do some really fun stuff using Emry or World Weave or Magda to get more tokens, not World Weave, Wary Zone Guard, to get more tokens or tap things without attacking. And like most token decks, we're also running ways to double our tokens. Elspeth Storm Slayer, Exalted Sunborn, and even that Ocelot Pride in your end step. We're also, because this is a deck that is built, I guess, for the ranked queue, running some free spells. And just before we go into the gameplay, I do want to call out, if you want to play this in the play queue for Brawl, I will recommend that you cut cards like Delina and Chrome Mox, which is actually not legal in that format, and add cards like Ragavan and Ajani, which are banned in the ranked format. Just some quick changes you can make to the deck list if you want to run it in the other queue. So let's take Ghired into ranked and see where he stands. Fynn, Fangbearer, a great budget choice if you're looking to do some poisonous activities. This is a kind of slow hand, especially with them going first. They're going to play things with Death Touch, and those things with Death Touch, they're going to fight, they're going to be protected, and they're going to poison me, thanks to their commander, Fynn. Now, I can stop them from poisoning me once by evoking Solitude, but I just think that this is too slow of a hand. All right, with the Chrome Mox, I don't have a free mulligan in this format. This gets a lot better. I'm going to put back Craterhoof Behemoth, keep this, and hope I get something else for the Mox so I can have a turn 1 Voice of Victory. Just stopping them from doing things on my turn would be nice, even though this does not do well at blocking Fynn. My commander I can trade into Fynn, but there's a lot of like 1 mana instant fight spells, bite spells, indestructible, Death Touch. Oh. Starting with Inkmoth Nexus. Interesting. That does not tap for mana of any color. Ooh, I'm considering name human on this. I'm considering dropping the Defense of the Heart to Chrome Mox here. But then again, I don't know. I'm really liking the idea against them because this is much more of like a card to stop other things. I'm just going to throw this down here and try to get the 4 mana. Because they will play creatures. They have to play creatures. And we have Defense of the Heart and many other creature tutors in this deck. Because we got some other... Wait, go. Didn't I write human? Okay, I wrote human and then I kicked Goyf. Well, great. You know what? Shows what I get for not paying enough attention. This is what you get when you're chatting while you play. Might have bumped my scroll wheel. Very possible. Or thought I clicked and then like maybe released on that. It's okay, chat. You know what? Just because I don't have green mana and I can't play my commander, Beast Whisperer. Nope, let you hit. Next turn, I'm planning on just channeling and smacking Fynn. Because playing this does not get me to that. I would have played Ghired had I the mana. Alright, I'm playing mind games. They're like, oh, she's gonna have Pyrogoyf. I don't have Pyrogoyf. Alright, cast some critters. A spider. See if I can take out Fynn here, see if they have any protection. Overprotect, even. Let's see if they pay 1 mana. Probably. Yeah. So I'll take 4 and another 2 from the Beast Whisperer and 2 poison. Poisson. And for Defense of the Heart. They do have 2 Death Touchers, which means that if they have some Proliferate or other things that can apply poison, they could win next turn if I don't block. But I'm putting some pressure on with Defense of the Heart. They have 3 creatures. And they have something that costs 1 mana. Another protective spell? Maybe. They're sitting there. Yep, they're sitting there. Am I getting roped? Or are they just having trouble making up their mind? So if we make it back around to my turn, that's when this fires. I'm gonna Yurgo them. Steel Lotus! I'm sure you have something you can do. But you're a Fynn deck. I know your lines don't take that much decision. Yeah, you mean my Lurgoyf mind game? I typed wrong and clicked because I wasn't even looking. Sometimes you just like muscle memory into things. If on some of the cards that have multiple modes, if they ever change where those modes are when you're clicking, I'm screwed. I'm ready to brawl! So they could have a spell that actually buffs the Ink Moth Nexus, kind of like that Overprotect, in order to deal more damage. I'm planning on blocking the Fynn, because if I kill this, this doesn't necessarily fire. There's 1, and then 2 more. I am able to play Ghired next turn. Akon's run. It's the Esper Sentinel. It's the Esper Sentinel. Okay, I can go Zealous Conscripts and Dedicated Doll Maker and hope they just don't have an instant speed way to interrupt it. If I wanted to protect myself more against instant speed stuff, I would just go for like good removal cards, like Roxanne and maybe even a token doubler to double her token. Let's go for this. You know, I know what I want. I am going to exile Zealous Conscript. Zealous Conscript, I want you to grab, I guess, Beast Whisperer. It'll draw me a card. I don't get the full, like, craziness here, but I get quite a bit. And now I'll grab Fynn. And for anybody who has not seen what this combo is yet, I'm going to be tapping and untapping using Zealous Conscripts. You can also do this with a couple other creatures, but, I mean, it works the way it works. Zealous Conscripts. Untap and take control of my own Ghired Mirror of the Wilds, who can then tap, make another 3/3 with haste. I have, theoretically, infinite Zealous Conscripts. And it will win me the game. Say GG, but I don't think they had a good game. And I typed Lurgoyf. Merata Neuron Hacker. That is Lady Octopus from Spider-Man. I got some turn 1 ramp into Enduring Vitality, some more nice ramp. And, well, they went first, so there's Merata. Hi, Merata. And she thankfully dies to Roxanne, but, gosh. Unless I'm naming Druid here, I don't know if that's ever gonna land. I don't have to make up my mind right now. I will play the Enduring Vitality. Merata is the one that gets Ingenuity counters and cheats artifacts into play. Now, these artifacts can be ramp, and they can also be parts of combos because she casts them. This is oftentimes very similar to Urza. It's got Paradox Engine stuff, some card draw things, and she's really hard to stop unless you can kill her early. And because she's in blue, she can protect herself. All right. They're drawing. That's going to beef up Merata. Remember, I have taken 2 turns, and they can cheat in, I think, yeah, they can cheat in some big stuff. So they drop the Power Stone. They don't want Power Stone. Interesting. Even though Copperledge Gorge will come in untapped, I guess I'm going to start with, I'm going to go to combat and swing at Tezzeret. I am going to go for Druid here. I think that that's better than, like, trying to set up Ghired. I have a bunch of Druids in my deck, too. If you're wondering why not Cat, there are also a bunch of Cats. I can either hit Tezzeret, or I can hit Merata. I'm going to hit Merata. Die, Merata. Retrofitter Foundry. Nice. Because it gets discounted by 2, they can activate it for free here. Nice. Good for them. Yeah, once Merata dies once, she's a lot easier to deal with. Even though they have these card draw engines. Because, like, she can get up to, like, 9 Ingenuity counters, and you're like, you're cheating in Portals to Phyrexia, and I have, like, 3 mana. Hello, ma'am. I have to keep remembering. Okay, so they can, like, untap that for 1 next turn. And then tap, make a thing. Okay, cool. I'll try to make it tough for them to block with Ghired. Who still could be countered. We'll see. Ooh, Jaxus, do you want to come out too? I think I might blitz her, since I already have the thing I want to be cloning. Oh, they're like, yeah, we're done. Sweet. We bring out Ghired. I have tons of mana. And Roxanne's going to run away with the game. I'm going to be copying her meteorites. They actually come in untapped. So I get 2 more mana and 2 damage to a target of my choice. Over and over and over and over and over. It's pretty sweet. GG, Merata. Ratadrabik of Urborg. This is an infinite combo commander. Using Tempted by the Ring, typically, and making infinite creatures. I will not keep this just because I think even though I have these two here, I don't know if that's what I want. I have the Surveil, though. You know what? I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to see if I can get through this ward, take out the creatures before they get tempted and cloned and everything else, and maybe get some ramp. I have Vitality, I have Brigid here. They're both pretty helpful. I'm also kind of banking on this Surveil, because I go first being, you know what? That's good enough. I'll take a Cavern of Souls. Cavern of Souls could get me either to Ghired or to Brigid, and I think, I don't actually have the token things until Fire Crystal here. I think I'd name Kithkin, or Warrior. So what are you? Human Shaman. I'm gonna name Warrior. Top tier Mr. X. They're like, yeah, who's the Warrior? It is Brigid. Oh, they're tootin'! Maybe for Boromir, or Sam, or an Nazgul. I think usually Sam is the go-to. Or no, Boromir is the go-to because it has this built-in sacrifice ability. And if I do that, I will be locked out of the instant speed Solitude. That's fine. I want Brigid. This is such a great card. When you're going wide, she ends up generating so much mana. And hey, we're a tokens deck. We're like a weird tokens deck, but I'm still a tokens deck. Okay, they're swordsing her. Rippin' peppies. Dang, she was gonna be more white mana. Or I should say, like, first source of white mana. Solar Transformer. Enduring Vitality. I can now tap my creatures for mana. One Ratadrabik. This is the sacrifice outlet. In order to pay the ward 2, I would need to evoke. They're looking like, well, what are you doing? I don't know. I'm thinking about what I want to grab here. I'm going to start and just going to swing in with the Enduring Vitality. No zombie clones. No legendary zombie clones. They did get to tutor. I think I have to do it now. Man, that stinks. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure. There's plenty of ways that they could reanimate this. Gain a life. But it should make it at least a little bit harder for them to do the combo. Sorry it took me so long there. I will make a little guy. Hello. More mana. Now, if I had this happening on the turn I had Ghired and other things out, I could clone the little baby. Nazgul! All right, there's our first Tempted by the Ring. And Altered Dementia, free sacrifice outlet. So all they need to do is replay Ratadrabik, and they can kill this infinite times to mill me. Which is why I'm just gonna exile it now. No Nazgul, no problem. Kind of surprised they didn't sacrifice it in response. He's nasty. Forgot, right, I could be attacking with that. Okay, a dank ritual. 1 down, 8 to go. Yeah, welcome to decks with Nazguls on them. Ratadrabik returns. Ooh, okay, so they didn't get more mana. I'll put a +1/+1 counter on this. And I believe I have enough mana, thanks to Enduring Vitality, to tutor for pretty much anything in my deck. And I think the thing that most wins the game, just in general, is a big overrun. Do I just hoof it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have to tap 4 creatures. I think I still have lethal. Yes, that is acceptable. They each get +7/+7. I'll swing in. They can gain 1 life, but they would be losing 3 more since they couldn't block. And that's a lethal hit. GG Ratadrabik. Unable to quite get to that combo. Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier, sacrificing creatures, drawing cards. I have only red mana, but I do have Lightning Bolt here, but I don't think I should be tempted by this hand. I'm going to go for the mulligan, even though I have to, like, pay for it since this is the ranked queue. Yeah, right now, the ranked queue is, like, if you're going to play in the ranked queue, unfortunately, now is going to be the time where it is at its best. You're going to see the most variety in it. It won't have settled. It is also, unfortunately, like, it's going to all become kind of the same thing over and over. But let's take advantage of it while we got it. Let's get silly with it. Ooh, Elspeth. I don't have the mana, but I might be able to get the mana. I got a Magda here. That'd be nice. Also, I believe Elspeth can kill Sephiroth. Ooh, Lord Skits! Gonna make some sacrificable creatures. Ancient Tomb legal here. Yeah, it's so funny because there's actually a bunch of cards in this deck that are banned in this version of the format. So if you are playing this in the unranked queue, add a Johnny and Ragavan back into the deck. But they're... Otherwise, you're not allowed to run them. It's very strange. The way that they're running these formats is so dumb. But yeah, like, the queue is newly introduced, so you're going to see the most variety. The meta will settle over time. And have your fun while you can. Don't bone me. I'm surprised they didn't just use that to draw a card. Do that post-combat. Alright. Boop. And a little guy. Is my life total at risk? Yes, very. Ancient Tome doesn't really go in this deck because we have 3 different pips on our commander. That means that this just doesn't work that well for casting it. Ah, my Tender and Wild. And dead. I'll lose 1, they'll make a rat, they'll exile it. I'll block this one. Take 6. Go down to 8 life. Flawless maneuver. Without the extra mana, I can't go for the Dollmaker clones this turn, which is too bad. But I can hold the Flawless maneuver, which I think that's pretty good. Yeah, keep losing life. The Sephiroth gains some plenty of life. A Diabolic Intent. What do you search for? Not so fast. I see your free spell and I cast my free spell. It's indestructible. It doesn't make a difference. But it gives me this as a blocker. That is why I did it. Hi, Bob. I have to not die this turn. And had I not done that, I would be left with nothing in play. Oh, actually. Because they attack and lose the life there. They put me to 1? I think that puts me to 1. Yeah. Had to have the indestructible grazer. Oh, nice! I get to kill myself. Sweet. All right. I'll play Bloodstained Mire. Kill myself. GG, Sephiroth. Emry, Lurker of the Lock, is going to lock you in with Paradox Engine combos. Recurring... Okay, I was going to say Aether Spellbomb from the graveyard. Over and over and over, and sometimes other cards too. But yeah, this is a combo deck. And it's one that we've seen plenty of times, since Emry is pretty common. Well, at least she used to be. Urza and Merata and all the others that just kind of pop up over time all do very similar things. And we've seen her before. Hi, Emry. She mills. And she can tap to recast some of these. Things like Chromatic Star also work. Waterlogged Hulk. Cool. I would really rather not have to burn the Solitude this turn. But it may just come to that anyway. It's one of those things where, like, I could potentially let them, let them go for it. It's tough because, like, I really want to use the Doll Maker in order to, like, do the cloning. And I'll hold. Bolted in the Springs. Also, they're mono blue deck, so they'll have interaction. That's why it would be do it on my turn. Here's a Waterlogged Hulk. It does not smash. Is there a lot of Paradox Engine stuff? Oh, yeah. Ooh, are you going to lock down Ghired? Now, Ghired won't be able to tap, but my other creatures still will. So this means I cannot tap Ghired to use his ability, but he gives his ability to everything. Yeah, it's Pithing Needle. Roxanne started a show with a kitty cat. Who's just so good at rocking your world. Rocks! And they didn't bounce it back into hand. Because they don't need to. She has an affinity. She always costs 1 mana. Yeah, so, like, I cannot tap this to copy the next meteorite, but I could tap Llanowar Elves to do it. Oh, a Preponderant Pearl, which gets you a Ponder. Perfect for orb pondering. They ponder their orb. I was trying to figure, like, why play this? Because she's a merfolk. Okay. Arcbound Ravager. Oh, that's a fun one. Lets them freely sacrifice artifacts, including itself. If I remember right, you can use Arcbound Ravager to sacrifice itself in order to just, like, throw the modular onto another artifact creature. They can't use that to buff Emry, though. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will swing with Roxanne. Guess I could also swing with Ghired. Go to Bop Emry. They let her die. Great. I will create a token that's a copy of the meteorite. It'll come in untapped. First they're milling, and I assume they're going to sacrifice it. Unless they bring it up to 3 toughness. I'm about to flash in Solitude. For full price. They can have it sacrifice itself just so it does not go into exile, unless they want to gain the life. Cool. Yeah, the fact that this is tap, get 2 mana and 2 damage is wild. How much mana do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mana. Oh, they're digging. They're going to go down on their artifact count. And concede. Looks like we've got there. And I'll be cloning, you know, more things next turn. GG. Nashi Illusion Gadgeteer. This is the rat that brings things back, making secret copies of things in your graveyard and giving them flash, oftentimes using it to do things like take infinite extra turns. And also, it's a 4-mana 4/4 with flash, menace, and ward 2, so good luck dealing with it. I'm gonna name Human, and I'm gonna play a human. Guide of Souls. Wanted to stop their ramp, I guess I could have swords that. Yeah, Nashi, I really think that when they gave him flash, they should have taken away the ward. Just to be like, hey, yeah, it's really good at just like flashing in and blocking your stuff and getting a lot of value. And they have 3 mana here using Deathrite Shaman. Since they fetched twice. At least that puts them at 19 life so far. Oof. Oasis of Renewal with the Deathrite Shaman. That's even more card advantage. And I think I want to get rid of that Deathrite Shaman, since it's going to give them card advantage off of that. Temple Garden. Sword up. Swing in. This is a temporary ranked Brawl queue, and I don't think it will be running long enough to really reflect what a long-term Brawl queue will look like, because I think it's just a 2-week event while we wait for Strixhaven. Speaking of which, they sent me some Strixhaven stuff. By they, I mean Wizards of the Coast, so I might be cracking these. It's collector boosters. Badramole Cub. Yeah, this could just be Sultai good stuff. Like, it's a Nashi deck. This taps for 2. Demonic Tutor! Oh yeah, you're illegal here. And if you could get anything, what would you find? Setup, but it's not a crazy interesting setup. I can use Jolly Balloon Man to make a copy and then use the others to copy the copy. Finding the Old Gods. Never mind, I don't have a Ghired. We're gonna land next turn. Forsaken Crossroads. Oh, by the way, if I Patriarch's Humiliation, the ability that causes it to return from Earthbending is not actually tied to the creature. Just to let people know that that is weirdly how that works. I'm gonna deal some damage to myself. Ouchie. Nice. Maybe I should have gone for another... Nah, this is fine. You're a human. Can bonk the Badger Mole. I could just, like, get an extra damage in. You know what? Let's bonk the Badger Mole. Means it can't be brought back. Since, actually, no, because they make copies. It's like, doesn't matter that much. Not really. Got a Hedge Maze. Got double white. Oh, but they're wiping the board before I can. And the land returns, causing Oasis of Renewal to trigger. More lands. Ghired. I'm just gonna slam into their face. Next turn, they'll easily be able to take it out, especially because, like, they have Nashi and they can recur things. No, instant speed demonic tutors could be something. Okay, they dropped the cut down. Yours a little too big for that. A deadly rollick! Horrible! Not just removal for free. They don't seem like they're the type to go wide. See what I can grab off 3. I think I could get, assuming this resolves, and they might tutor into a counter for it. I was thinking maybe like where he's Zone Guard. Since I did fetch. Nice. Got the Marsh Flats. This is a card that has, I'll say, limited synergy with Ghired, but the synergy it does have is I don't need to attack with it. I can tap it, copy something, and get a land back. It is also just generically a very good card. There's a lot of cards that are just kind of good in Naya colors in this deck, since, you know, you take what you can get. And sometimes what you can get is using you to discount Nature's Rhythm, something, 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 win the game. Except they can instant speed tutor for stuff. The cards that you can use to combo with Nashi are like end step blinks. Think Vasa. Okay, yeah, and they can use that to recur these. Just right now, because I have nothing else I'm gonna do. Surveil. That is a land. I do not need a land. Oh, hey, Glarb. Glarb can cast from the top of their deck. Filling where he's Zone Guard. That makes the Nature's Rhythm a lot worse. No, tap the Glarb. Yeah, I can do this for x equals 3 again. Those are not super impactful. I think solituding the Glarb would be at least something. In response to the Surveil. What mode is this? This is Brawl. And if you're wondering why not hit Nashi, it's because they can actually just reflash in Nashi. They have enough mana. And then get another spell. Ancient Cornucopia. Yeah, like temporal manipulation. The most ancient of corn. Tear Asunder, they are exiling it. Sure. If I see them doing something that's going to trigger Oasis, I might also go for the Get Lost on that. Take 4. Go for the Overlord. It is being countered. All right. And I'm just sitting here. Take another 4. Remember, I die in one more hit. Can't get through the ward on my current mana. And because it has flash, there's not really a window that I'd be able to stop it anyway. Hi, Zealous Conscripts. If only you were a token copy of yourself. I do not have lethal. That is 7 damage if it does resolve. Which means I'm still just sitting here. If I do this, it may buy me a turn. Remember, they have 2 cards in hand. They did set up the top of their deck. They can flash them back in. And I think they're a little short of taking an extra turn on this turn. But, like, it still forces me to deal with the Nashi again. They can also grab, like, a counter spell. Oh, because they had a land in hand. Yep, that's enough. Take an extra turn, hit me in the face, end the game. I'd say GG, but it's Nashi. It's never GG. Narset, Enlightened Master. I've got a lot of my big mana stuff. Defense of the Heart, which, let's be real, they have 1 creature. It's Narset. This is probably not a hand I want to keep around, especially because, well, the Narset's going to have counter spells. This will help. Not that many, a lot of extra turns, but she has hexproof. Like, that just doesn't work against her. With this hand, I can keep this. I think put back Hoof and just go for crazy ramp. Yeah, I think this is just you go for ramp as fast as you can and see what else you can get. Alright, Command Tower, Chrome Mox, Lightning Bolt will maybe have a Planeswalker to his targets. And if I go for the Wild Guide on this turn, I don't get to Offspring it. If I do it next turn, I can Offspring it. Name Druid. Not playing it yet. Not this turn. Because I want to copy it. Agreed. Also, like, this is still 3 damage at their face. If I had gotten an expensive spell, I think I would have gone for it. Okay, give their thing Hexproof Shroud. Even more. Yes, please. Clone the Possum! The awesome possum. Yeah, my creature removal against Narset is like, well, she's just gonna kind of ramp and then attack in. And now she'll be given haste when she attacks in. Well, she already had a way to gain haste, but more haste. I will swing in with these 2, and I'm going to buff these 2. Can Ghired copy creature lands if they are tokens. If you make a token copy of a land, you can copy that. If you play Nowhere to Run against them, yeah. I remember when she was starting to surge in popularity, things like Sheoldred's Edict were like, well, look what I've got. I would like to surveil, so I'm going to use the Scalding Tarn. Do some surveilling. Bring Heart Nantuko. I do not currently have a land. It does give me rebuild potential, because they will wipe the board. Now drop it. Hello, what you got? I'm gonna make bigger possums. Awesome possums. Put a counter on it. Yeah, that would have been 1 additional power on that turn if I had played it. Which, I'm already threatening lethal with this board, like with this group of creatures. Not this turn, but in 2 turns. Like, it just didn't change the clock. In you go, sweeties. Ooh, and they get an island. 2 mana away from Narset. Yep. Dash an island. Awesome possums. Look how cute they are. Play it, shock it, wipe the board. And good news, Ghired does have haste, so if I replay him, boop, bring him to 2. Unless you got something else here? Not a board wipe? Legally distinct? Avatar's Wrath. It's a targeting board wipe. Which means I can blank it. Which means I win. Sometimes you gotta use removal on your own creatures because you can't use it on your opponents. GG. Judith, the Scourge Diva. She's gonna be buffing all their creatures, giving them additional power. And if a non-token dies, they also get to ping, which means they're probably running some sacrifice stuff, and they're also probably gonna be really good at killing my, like, little guy tokens. That's rough. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna play a little guy that makes little guy tokens. He bossery. Boop. Having the Eye Tyrant and Bob. Hey, Bob. I think I'm just gonna, like... Here, maybe I should have played the Stomping Ground since, yeah, I'm not planning on using the mana. I think I'm just making a cat token. Hello, Judith. Here to trade. This will just kind of 1-for-1. Since they can use the ping to kill the cat. Oh, you know, I should have actually blocked with the cat because it has a lifelink. And had them kill Bossery. Here's Ghired. Trade. Your 3-mana commander for my 3-mana commander? Okay. This is a lot of lands. You know what? That's fine. Legion War Boss, making 2 1s. Yeah, that's some aggro. Ooh, Fable. Yeah, I'll clone that. It's a dang good critter to be cloning. I kind of want to save the Catacombs because I have this Nantuko. And I'll play Hushwig Verge because it makes it look like maybe I have a Swords to Plowshares or something. Maybe. Fable's great on both sides for this deck, the 2/2 Goblin Shaman and Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, which is a pseudo Kiki-Jiki, but sometimes you'll just take what you can get. I'd say if you're running this in the other queue, Delina, because her timing is so specific, even though she makes the non-legendary tokens, could probably be cut for, I don't know, your Ajani's or whatever else. I'll block Legion War Boss. Am I good to not block anything else? I will make it work. Oh, but wait! I don't have double red. It's not Embercleave. +2/+2! They're raising the effigy! Nice. They live. I will discard... Delina. She is just too slow for right now. And this forest. I have a way to make a good amount of mana here. But I don't think it quite gets me to what I need. So I'm going to focus actually a little bit more on life gain. I want to bestow onto you. So I'm now making, or I should be making some more Innkeepers. I should have held priority on the first one. to get the land, so I'd be getting an extra on the other. But that puts me at 9. There we go. Cool. And I think I'm just leaving everybody back here. Unless, do I want to X equals 1 on Nature's Rhythm? You know what? Yeah, because that's going to gain me more life. It won't be a majorly impactful creature, but that's okay. Yeah, I can grab another one of these. Guide of Souls. Gain me 3 more life. A lot of inns that they're keeping. Hey, keep up. Shivan Devastator, 6 flying damage in the air. They've enhanced the goblin. Six. Does leave me to double block that, because that doesn't kill the innkeeper. Yeah, looking for that. I think that leaves me alive. No, it does not. I miscounted. That's on me. Also, I was probably dead anyway. Just needed one more turn to die. Dawn and Leo, problem solvers. It's Blink. Not just for creatures, but for artifacts too. Also, it's like a big vigilant turtle guy. Oh, 2 turtle guys. I don't have white mana, but I do still have this. Actually, do I want to just... I'd rather just like turn 1 Magda. I think I'd rather turn 1 Magda. Oh, wait. I would have needed to play the Thornspire Verge. That's on me. I got excited. Also, I have a treat. I took a break and got a Clementine. 2 Clementines. Yeah, all according to Kaikaku. I totally did that intentionally. Yeah, you can tell I totally got off a flight at midnight last night. Came home. Slept a few hours, woke up and started streaming. Like, yeah, Amy's doing a really weird job streaming today. Yeah, she's doing her best. I want to tap you. Very good. Tireless Provisioner. Beside you. Tap that for white. Bringing out Ghired. Just gonna swing with the Magda, make another treasure, copy the treasure. They can keep something locked down with Cryogen Relic if they want to. Hey, Maija, welcome. Welcome to our brawling. We're currently seeing if we can brawl up a storm with these baddies. All right, Skyclave Apparition. They can hit any of my non-tokens here. They're going for my commander because then it's gone forever. I mean, I wouldn't have mind gotten a 3/3, but I can't use it if I can't use it. If I kill this, then they can't use it. If I kill it, then they can't use it to, like, blink. Magda taps. We get a treasure. I'll use one of the treasures in that. Give them a clue. If only I got an apparition token. And then copy the treasure. Maybe I should just hit for 3 more. Yeah, I probably should have hit for 3 more. I don't know. It's like I didn't get a land. I got a this guy. You got a sweet little possum. An awesome possum. Use your treasure, get a treasure. Get bounced. Who's bouncing? I feel like Ghired's not the right choice. Because he has haste. Okay. Soulmaker lets me start cloning anything. Ooh. Here's Ghired. I'll swing in with actually all of you. Kind of put the focus on these creatures as, oh, this is what you should be paying attention to. That's fine. Are you gonna flicker her? Yeah, Essence Flux. Essence Flux is why I didn't just immediately go for Dollmaker. Who's getting bounced? Ghired again! Okay, sure, back into my hand. Just offspringing. No clones this turn. What would I even be cloning? Probably the Provisioner. I'm trying to think, what artifacts and dragons do I have? I had Goldspan Dragon in this deck, but I took it out. Do I still have the 6 mana thing? Wait. I have to look at my own deck. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Leo. Stinky blinkers. I have to look at my own deck list here. I do still have Nexus of Becoming. Ghired. Use that for another white source. Dedicated Dollmaker. Okay. Tap clone. Tap clone. Tap clone. Gets an extra treasure. Ba 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 ba. Treasure, 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 treasure. Do it again. Actually get a white source of mana this time too. Treasure, 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 treasure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nexus of Becoming. Ooh, fire crystals too. Nice. I draw a card. Yes, I will make a token copy of Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Sure. That's cool. Which gets me treasures, 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 treasures. Which gets me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fire crystal. Oh. I didn't do that in the middle of combat. I could have attacked with these. That's fine. I will end the turn. Oh, wait. I gave you haste. I could have also copied this or that. My bad. I missed that I had given a haste after. I'm going to win through my misplays. What do you mean protection? What do you mean protection? This doesn't give hexproof, just indestructible. This will let me make more copies, though, to copy of any of my creatures. Which, haha, yay. Yeah, I think that they should go for blinking or bouncing back into my hand Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Yep, that's what they went for. So I could technically do that on their turn, too. I think the other things I can get off Magda are pretty nothing. And yet... don't mind me. Just doing stuff. I'll wait until combat. Guess I get something really cool here. Okay, I have the infinite, but it's not the infinite I want. I still will go for this. I'm gonna grab the Jill. Mm-hmm. I'm going to Fire Crystal, copy Jill. That is a creature I control. I'm going to kill the original Put the clone away. Bounce Dawn and Leo. I'm trying to decide, like, do we even bother with anything else here? I'll make a couple permanent copies of some of these. Copy one of you. Oh. I can steal their lands temporarily? Oh, that's fun. I'm gonna take the One Ring. I didn't know that. Oh, whoops. Let's use a treasure. I can untap it again with that. Let's do it. More treasures for the treasure god. I think we've established that, like, I'm not doing anything else with Magda. Yeah, normally you use this to make infinite copies of it, but I feel threatening lethal. I'm gonna take that Cryogen Relic. I'd like to use that to draw a card. That's mine, thank you. Will they end up paying for this in their upkeep? Oh my god, if I tap it 15 times. I have to tap it 15 times. Okay. You know what? It's stupid, but if it works, then it's not stupid, right? I probably won't get to it, but I'm still gonna try. Because I would need to draw the right creatures for it. Funny. I got a lot of these! No, that's fine. That was a suggestion from Tiger Cat in chat. And I was just thinking, like, oh, I could untap it and draw again. I forgot. Oh, yeah, but the more I draw, the more deadly they are. Yeah, normally you're using this to untap those just to make more of them. But again, I already have enough. Oh, that's a dwarf. That's cute. We're going to have to go into post-combat. I'm doing all of this in combat right now. There's no reason to attack, so no attacks. Draw again. Resto Angel also lets me get more of these. Okay. Do I have anything that gets through protection? Yeah, me thinking about it. Remember, the creature's all of haste, so if I play a creature, that's another untap. But right now, I don't have more lands off any of these. No, I don't want to flip you, ma'am. I want to make sure I'm leaving up 2 mana. The exploration will get me another trigger. I did get another fetch as well. Don't deck myself. Don't worry about it. Okay, 8 more treasures. We gotta play another thing so we can clone. I don't want Thunderbond because then it would replace all these. So I guess we go for the Restoration Angel. I should get 2 creatures because of Cabaretti Rebels. Nice, I got Bridget. And then a third creature, because I can blink one of these. Any of these is fine. Let's go Magda, because she would make me another treasure. Yeah, the timer is like, Amy, you need to stop. Wrong. No. World Weave. Please stop playing the animations. It's so slow. Squelcher. That'll get me a land, which will get me 4 more treasures. And another copy. This is their fault. They gave themselves protection. Yes, more lands. More lands into play. More. 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 Okay. We gotta go again. Another Zealous Conscript. Yes, I want to copy the One Ring with this ability, or whatever the heck is happening here. Ah, okay. I ran out of time, and it is automatically discarding. Thank God it kept the flawless maneuver. So I didn't quite get there. Wonderful. Hey. Even if you have a board wipe, you also need a counter spell. 2 board wipe counter spells. Do you get hexproof? No. What do you hit? All those things? I'll wait until you pay Ward 2 life. I have a lot of mana. Nice deck. What in tarnation? That sure was a game of Magic the Gathering. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and thank you to that last opponent for putting up with me trying to kill them with their own One Ring. I thought it was pretty funny. They probably didn't, but I certainly did. I think that this deck is able to function as it is. It's definitely like a funky deck. This is not going to be a tried and true strategy. It is going for weird combos, going wide and doing token things, but I think that when it comes down to cutthroat games, this deck is oftentimes just not going to quite get there. But I do think that it's unique, and I do think it's cool. I built this deck because somebody had requested it in the comments, and I figured, you know what? I've only seen a couple Ghired's ever in the queue, and sure, I'll give it a try, and I think I did a pretty good job. This deck was able to fairly consistently go for some of its different lines, go for its infinites, just going wide, and doing what it needed to do. I think that this deck, though, is, you know, it's doing really fun Naya things, and what makes it special to me, and what I really liked about playing it, is that it is a non-token tokens deck. There are almost no cards here that just make tokens. Almost all of them are creatures that make tokens, which works really well with cards like Cabaret Revels that are just incredibly strong. World Weave as well. These 3 mana digital-only enchantments get so much value in this deck that helps sustain you and play the game while you're taking your opponent down. I'd say the all-star in this deck is absolutely Roxanne. Let's go Roxanne. And it wasn't caught on video, but before I was recording, I had a game where I think I copied an Overlord token 14 times or something like that. It was pretty nice. It felt good. I had 14 lands and they all came in untapped. These are all really great cards to get to play. And if you like Naya non-tokens that make tokens, this is a fun deck. You can even add in more token stuff. This deck is actually really light on the token stuff, and you can do even more of that if you're playing it in the unranked queue. That's right, as I mentioned in the start, this was played in ranked because people were asking me to, and because when I played this deck with a couple changes in the play queue, sorry, I played it in ranked. When I played it in unranked plus the play queue, it just kept batching into a Johnny, which, great. that's really not where I want this deck to be settling. So if you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description. And as I said in the intro, if you want to play it in the other queue, hopefully you won't just run into a Johnny, add a Johnny Nakot Pariah, add Ragavan, cut maybe Delina and Chrome Mox. Those are easy cards to cut. Naya aggro is also just really fun to me, so maybe I'm biased, but I think it does some really cool stuff. It is a unique commander, and I liked getting to play the deck. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.